Hi everyone, welcome back to the Joe Review, and this is a match review that I just want to get out of the way. Newcastle United won, Liverpool 2, but do you know what it is? It just felt like we'd lost by, 6 or 7 or something? You know, we'll go 1-0 up first half, Liverpool go down to 10 men, Van Dijk sent off, but then we just blow it and lose 2-1 in stoppage time. I mean, I thought last season's games against them were painful to take. You know, losing in extra stoppage time at Anfield, and the home one was more Nick Pope getting sent off right before the Carabao Cup final. But you know, the fact that we were at home, they went down to 10 men, and was still lost late on in stoppage time. Like, it literally felt like we'd lost the derby if Sunderland were still in the Premier League. It was just that bad. You know, I've kind of calmed down since Sunday, because literally just felt like, you know, it was just one of those, it felt like the end of the world defeat. But yeah, we'll look at the starting 11 once again. Eddie Howe named the same side, which yeah, I can understand, but I'd like to have seen Barnes start on the left and Gordon on the right. The goal for us came 25 minutes into the game. Salah played it back to Alexander-Arnold, but Alexander-Arnold did not control it very well. And Gordon just took advantage. One-on-one with Alisson, puts it in. You know, the guy used to play for Everton. Scoring against Liverpool, dream moment for him to put us 1-0 up. But then a few minutes later, the red card comes. There's a ball towards Isaac, but Van Dijk brought him down. He's last man. It's a red card. I mean, I guess Van Dijk was... I mean, you could tell his pace is going. He's getting on. He's maybe thinking it's either that or we potentially need a penalty. But then again, if you're a Liverpool fan, you might be questioning why he's done that at such a... like in the first half. Maybe if it was the 90th minute, you wouldn't have questioned him so much. But definitely a red card there for Van Dijk, and apparently, you know, he was swearing at the referee for it. Disgraceful behaviour from him. You know, the second half, we had chances to kill the game off, but some of the substitutions Eddie Howe made, you know, on this occasion he's got to take some criticism. Like, he brings Tonali, was again controlling the game, controlling the midfield for us, and you can see why we paid AC Milan 55 million for the lad. But you bring him off, you bring on Sean Longstaff, who just didn't do anything in the game. Like, I could maybe get it if it was, say, October, would have been playing all these loads of games in the Champions League as well as the Premier League, but it's only August. We haven't had any midweek games yet. I think Wilson came on for Isaac, and Barnes came on for Gordon. Wilson had a chance. They just controlled the ball, but just had a shot which wasn't going to trouble Alisson. I can't remember if it was before or after the equaliser. Almirón nearly made it 2-0. Brilliant run from him. You're thinking past the Longstaff in the space, but he kept going. He did really well there, but he just hits the post. I mean, one substitution I was wanting to make happen was Murphy on for him, but just more fresh legs. But I guess later on, you know, had we made that sub, we would have ended up going down to 10 men. But for the goal for Liverpool, the equaliser, they brought on likes of Núñez, Jota, even Elliott, and credit to Jurgen Klopp for it. I mean, I can't stand the guy as a person, but he got things right in the second half. There was a ball player, I think it was from Elliott. I think it was Botman or Burn who failed to deal with it, and Núñez just took advantage and smashed it in. People calling a £75 million flop, but really, I just think coming from Portugal to play to England, scoring goals with Benfica is a lot easier than scoring goals in the Premier League. No disrespect to teams in the Portuguese league. So really, you can't really be surprised if he does better in this second season, and I do believe he will. It was a good strike from him. We got an injury. Botman unfortunately picked up an injury. I think it was a head injury, an ankle injury. So Target came on for him, and Byrne went back into centre back. The indications are it's not as bad as we first feared for Botman, but could we maybe do with a new centre back before the transfer window closes? Unfortunately, though, I mean, to be fair, Dummett, I know he's injury prone, but he did do well at centre back against Villarreal in pre-season. Oh, I mean, if Botman's out, who do we play at centre back against Brighton along with Cher? Do we go with Lascelles there? Because I know he's had this incident going on recently that was brought to our attention yesterday. But do we maybe bring him in because he did alright in the games he started last season in the Premier League? However, the goal came for Liverpool early on in stoppage time. Bolton Núñez, I think it was Byrne and Target failed to deal with it. And Núñez, another identical strike, just into the back of net. It was just a horrible moment, because literally if you're getting beaten in the last minute, it just feels like it's on the similar category as getting beat 6-0 or being 2-0 up and getting beat. I mean, I did not. It was the first time I'd felt so bad coming out of the ground since we drew against Watford early on under Eddie Howe's tenure. I mean, it just felt even worse than when we'd lost. I remember sitting in the Gallagher when we lost 6-0 at Liverpool in 2013. I was 14-year-old. This game generally felt worse than that, but you know what? Fair play, Liverpool, to come back to win that game. As for us, well, we got the Brighton game before the international break. I mean, I suppose the international break might help with getting Botman back to fitness for the Brentford game. I mean, it will be good for the lad if he has to pull out of international duty for Holland. But at least we'll hopefully have him back for when we've got all these fixtures to come. I think against Brighton, maybe we'll take a point down there. We're record against them at the Amex isn't the best. We've only beaten, the only time we beat them away there was in the Championship. And but then I'd say we've got some much more winnable fixtures after the international break. I mean, I'm not going to say they're going to be easy because you don't get easy games in the Premier League. But yeah, I mean, if there's going to be positive, we'll probably done better in the fixtures we've had so far than we did when we played in these fixtures last season, because we lost 2-0 against Man City away and Liverpool at home. Obviously, it's one goal we've lost. Villa did similar, but if anything, we've probably done better because we've beaten them whilst Emery was the manager. Like last season, when we beat them 4-0, that was just before he came into the club. Yeah, I do hope. I mean, you hope we don't get these creep already saying, "Oh, Eddie Howe out." Unfortunately, you probably get them everywhere, but he does have to take criticism. But I am sure, unlike likes of Steve Bruce and Steve McLaren, whatever, I have my faith that he will learn from it, because even when Rafa Benitez was manager, he took a lot of criticism, but I always had faith in him to learn from it, and it's the same with other top managers. They're all going to make mistakes. They're all going to get criticism. It's how you learn from it, and I trust Eddie Howe to do so. But at least we can look forward to Thursday evening and the Champions League draw at 5 o'clock. I mean, I did say on Sunday, even that's not going to cheer us up. But yeah, hopefully we'll. But yeah, definitely something we can at least look forward to now. I mean, I do feel better after the game. I mean, you know, you always feel the worst after a match, and even the following day when you wake up. Often, you're not even in the mood to watch any other football for the rest of the weekend because of that one game. But we'll move on to Brighton. Hopefully, get a win there before the international break. But thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to my channel, check out my social media pages in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.